As an individual new to the RCM Industries die casting environment, your orientation to the company's safety standards not only serves to keep you safe, but also to protect the safety of your fellow workers. There are hazards present in the manufacturing areas where you will be working that you need to be aware of and know how to avoid putting yourself in danger. The injury rate for the die casting industry is approximately twice those of other private industries. Personal injuries such as burns, cuts, eye injuries, slips and falls, sprains, strains, and fractures from unsafe acts contribute to the high rates. You are going to be entering a foundry where molten aluminum up to 1400 degrees Fahrenheit is being transported, poured, and injected into molds at incredible speeds in the manufacturing areas. Amongst other hazards, this molten metal can cause severe burns if you come in contact with it. Before entering the plant, the proper personal protective equipment, or PPE, must be applied. Hard hats are required in all manufacturing areas of the plant, in addition to the proper safety glasses providing side shield protection, steel-toed safety shoes, properly applied hearing protection, hand protection, and long pants and long-sleeve shirts with protective cotton jackets. Hard hats are provided to all employees and are adjustable for your comfort. Different styles of safety glasses are also provided for side and front eye protection. Steel-toed safety shoes are required in the plant to prevent your feet from being crushed by many various objects, including castings and equipment. Please ask your supervisor for information on how to procure steel-toed safety shoes. Hearing protection is essential for your long-term hearing health, as the production plant can create a loud environment that is unhealthy for the unprotected ear. Earmuffs and earplugs are available for use. Please take note to the proper method of applying earplugs. Hands, fingers, and arms are injured more often than any other body part. Potential reasons for those injuries include sharp edges, contact with chemicals, pinch points in equipment, abrasions, temperature extremes, and contact with electricity. Avoid using gloves when working around rotating machinery, as moving parts can easily pull the hand or arm into the machine. Hot mill gloves should be used in die casting, and chemical gloves and nitrile gloves are used in CNC. It is important to inspect all PPE items daily and replace when needed. For the first 30 days of employment with RCM, you will be required to wear an orange safety vest in the plant. This allows your coworkers to easily spot you and provide guidance as you become acquainted with the die casting environment. Additional specialized safety equipment may be required for metal handling activities and other responsibilities, including specialized flame-resistant suits for the furnace department. Additional education pertaining to specialized equipment will be provided. Please do not hesitate to ask with any questions you may have on the proper application of these PPE requirements. Please refrain from using your cell phones in the plant, as it can be a distraction from the dangerous manufacturing environment. Taking photographs or videos, smoking or tobacco product, firearms, aluminum cans, glass bottles, and lighters are strictly prohibited in the plant as well. Please use pedestrian walkways whenever possible, and keep your eyes and ears open at all times for honking or alarms, as this could signify anything from a forklift driver entering a specific area of the plant or a metal handler transporting molten aluminum to a die casting machine from the furnace area. You should never stand or work near the metal transport containers or in any area where the highly protected workers are pouring metal. The furnace area of the plant is only accessible to authorized metal handling personnel with proper training and equipment. In addition, please do not walk or stand underneath suspended loads. Emergency exits are clearly marked and lit in the need for an evacuation. In the case of an emergency, please be aware of the nearest designated safety area, exit, fire alarm, or fire extinguisher. Please reference the Emergency Action Plan handout that has been provided to you for more specific information on what to do in certain emergency situations. As die casting is a thermal process involving molten metal, certain areas of the production plant can reach very high temperatures, especially in the summer months. Therefore, Proper hydration is necessary. Please make sure to drink plenty of fluids like Gatorade and water. Coolers are located around the facility. In the event you believe you are suffering from heat exhaustion, please notify your supervisor immediately and go to an air-conditioned area of the building. Per company policy, designated forklift drivers undergo formal forklift training. All employees in the plant are responsible for providing right-of-way to forklifts. Especially in areas of high traffic, please be aware of your surroundings and watch for flashing lights or honking, which signals a forklift in the general vicinity. Die casting machines are very powerful and dangerous pieces of equipment, producing thousands of tons of force in the die casting process. The guards surrounding the machines are there for your protection. Never bypass any safety switches or enter an unguarded area of the die casting cell. Please avoid standing near parting lines or in areas where the machine may spit hot water or oil. Strong robots are used to move parts in the die casting cells and provide cooling spray to the dies. All robots are also within protected cages. Please do not enter a robot cell unless you have received proper training on how to isolate the power to the robot. Per company policy, never use compressed air to clean shavings off from your clothing or body. Before operating a machine, ask your supervisor where the emergency stops are. Lockout Tagout is a safety procedure used to control hazardous energy. For the protection of employees, red locks and tags are provided with employee names and pictures to identify they are working on hazardous machinery. Do not remove lockout tags. Additional training is provided to certain employees on this matter. If your duties include working with hazardous materials, please ask your supervisor where to find safety data sheets, or SDS, in the plant. You have the right to know what chemicals you are working with. Only approved chemicals may be brought onto the property by contractors. An SDS for all chemicals must be available and on site prior to the start of work. Please do not discard any chemical or its container on site without prior approval from the company. Specific to contractors, a hot work permit must be issued when torching, welding, and/or grinding is performed, where sparks can be produced. A face shield must be worn for grinding, and welding screens must be used to avoid sparks reaching other workers or combustible materials. A fire extinguisher must also be available throughout the work activity, and a fire watch of no less than 30 minutes must be conducted after completion of the work. All unprotected elevated work that is greater than 6 feet above the floor will require fall protection. The area below the lift must be barricaded using cones or danger tape. The lift must also be kept on level surfaces at all times. Workers must wear a harness and tie off to appropriate anchorage. A harness must be worn when using scissor lifts or boom lifts and must be attached to the anchor point. If the worker leaves the lift basket, they must be attached to structural members of the building. In the event that an accident does occur at any time, please notify your supervisor immediately so that proper action can be taken.